Welcome to WinterWatch 2021. And who would have thought it that we would still be living through these strange and sometimes stressful times? After all, we spent the whole of Spring Watch and Autumn Watch too working in very unusual ways, applying all of the essential COVID rules, self-isolating and separating ourselves around the country. Not that wildlife has taken a break though. It's been very, very busy as our seasons have shown us, and it is of course during winter equally busy, and that's why we're so excited about our series of programmes and films that we've got for you this year. And we have been out and about, sometimes pre-lockdown and sometimes close to our homes during that lockdown. So what have we been up to? Well, Iolo Williams has been out looking for a rare avian visitor. We've been out with a wild swimmer, a lady who photographs the wildlife that she finds whilst she's swimming. And Megan has been on a series of adventures trying to turn around the reputations of some of those animals that we don't appear to like quite as much as we should. So we've got a series of films for you, and we're going to start with one made by that wonderful wildlife sound recordist Gary Moore. He's been out with actor Sam West to see what he can hear. Here's Gary and Sam.
Minsmere is a very special place to me. It's so varied in its habitats. I've seen some wonderful rarities here, but also the cast of ordinary birds that you can enjoy. I love spending a full day here, getting here just before sunrise, or even earlier sometimes, and staying until the birds roost at night. Hello.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, great to meet you, Gary.
And you too.
What are you up to?
OK, we've got a group of feeders, and if you pop those cans on, look, okay. Sam, and there's a little receiver there that have all been sterilised. I've actually put a radio mic behind that upright. So there we go, if I fade that up.
Oh, yes. Yes, amazing. That's a whole new sound world. I've never heard that before. These are binoculars for ears. Suddenly everything over there is as close as binoculars bring the picture. It's amazing. Really remarkable. Hearing them for the first time landing, how much bigger a great tit is than a blue tit. It's like twice the volume. There's just a greater mass of bird.
Female great spot, look, she's on there, look,
oh,
look,
yeah.
look. Female great spotted woodpecker.
This is amazing. Listen to that. There's a lot of force behind that. I never sensed that before. Yeah, terrific.
Bit of a brute.
Yeah. The tank has left.
Let's go down to the reed bed on the edge of the wood.
The reed bed is one of Minsmere's richest habitats, but this fantastic shelter can make it almost impossible for us to know what's where. So I hope with the help of Gary and the power of sound, I'll be able to see into the reeds.
I've got my parabolic reflector. It just allows me to hoover up sounds and calls and birds that are basically tucked away in the reed bed. I always get kids, look, why don't you just do that?
Yes.
Cup your hands.
It makes a real difference, doesn't it?
And then you point it to where, and I say, that's basically how this works.
One of those. You can hear the texture of the wind on the reeds, and almost like you can see it. It's very relaxing, actually.
I often close my eyes and just let the parabolic do the work. I don't need to see.
No.
It'll pick them out. Oh, that was a water rail, wasn't it? It's not doing that full-on pig squeal.
Yeah, just contact call. Still counts, though.
It does.
Some mutes. Yeah, hang on.
So we've done the woodland, we've done the reed bed. Let's go and check out the scrape for a totally different soundscape.
Excellent. This is my Minsmere happy place, with plenty of ducks. I think ducks might be my spirit animal. I'd love to have their flamboyant plumage and that boisterous behaviour. Today, though, they're keeping their distance. And it's down to Gary's mic to pick out the star performers.
Oh, we've got some mallards.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There we are. Are those widgeon contact calls,
Yeah.
those high whistles? Yeah.
There.
And it's really quite far carrying. Hunting shovelers.
Oh, yeah, look, there's a male and female in the circle.
Yeah.
It's like they've lost something.
Yes. Looking for the contact lens.
Oh, it was here. No, it was here. I told you not to put that down there.
That's my wedding ring. I must say, it's really opened my ears today. I've so enjoyed it. It's like been a completely different perspective.
It's an unusual twist on the everyday bird. I think that's probably what it is.
I like it very much.
I feel like, in a way, the ocean, well, it did. It saved my life. If someone's struggling with anything in their life, then, you know, that can be illness, it can be stress, anxiety, it can be work, family, all those things that we get caught up in. Nature and the ocean has the capacity to improve that for you. When we come too far away from nature, the reason we struggle and we become unwell is because we're forgetting we are nature. We're part of it. So of course it makes sense that to return to nature is something that's going to significantly improve our lives. I've always been, you know, healthy and well and looked after myself, but life just got on top of me. I'm a mother, I run a home, I'm a deputy at an FE college, I care for my dad, I just have all of those normal life responsibilities. I suffered chronic burnout and essentially had a breakdown. The sea's always been really calming to me, a really comforting element. But there just came a point looking at it and looking at the surface just wasn't enough for me. I wanted to understand that world that was underneath me, a world that actually gave me some solace and some calm when my life on land was actually quite chaotic and noisy. So my recovery came through daily dawn swimming. It's amazing how much life there is. People will look at the sea and think it looks grey and dark, and actually underneath is this incredible underwater world that looks like it's somewhere from the tropics rather than dark, stormy Cornwall. I'm a marine life photographer and I do a lot of snorkeling, a lot of sea swimming. And that was my kind of connection to finding nature and marine life. I love photographing compass jellyfish. They have an incredible marking on the top which looks like a compass. But it's more so the connection with them. You really get used to their movements and how they move so effortlessly in the water. But also just the connection in the sense of how calming they are and mesmerising to watch. I had an amazing experience with a juvenile shag. So I was in snorkeling, but in the shallows, and they're quite curious, the juvenile ones, so they do come up really close to us when we're swimming or snorkeling. And it came up and kept pecking my camera lens. It was a comical experience, really, because I was a bit like, oh, don't peck my face, but it was so happy just to keep kind of pecking on the glass. And it really wasn't bothered by me. I think maybe because I was quite calm and I'd been in its surroundings for a while. I got out feeling like, wow, that has made my year, having that relationship with that animal. Along with the chance of the amazing wildlife encounters I've had, I realised that the water was affecting me, and I kind of, in the early days, began to wonder why. When you're not very well or you're struggling with life stresses, it's something that helps you to feel more brave, that you're able to cope with things better because you've got this level of resilience, even if I just dipped in. And so the rest of your day becomes easier because you think, do you know what, if I can do that at any point in the day, then I can deal with anything. It's kind of combined all my passions, really. I come down on my little mini adventures, find new things. People always say to me, wow, you know, your pictures are amazing, and how do you know so much about jellyfish, or how do you know so much about these anemones that you found, or all the different types of starfish? I didn't know it before. I just went home and looked it up. And that's what's so amazing, is that anybody can do that. You don't have to be a specialist in marine life. You just need to be curious about it.
Sturt Marshes in winter. A magical place that lies on the Somerset coast between the mouth of the River Parrett and the Bristol Channel. Because of its position and tidal forces, it attracts some of our favourite species of birds.
Oh, Mya, what a place.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, what a fantastic place. God, look at those lapwing.
I love Sturt partially because I came here when I was a kid and it was just a set of barren farmers' fields, and now it's this amazing reserve.
So all these lagoons we see here, these shallow lagoons, this has all been scraped out by man. It's not natural at all.
Absolutely. They weren't here 10 years ago. And as well as being fantastic for birds, it's also fantastic as a flood defence. So it's great for the wildlife around here and for the people who live in the villages.
Because Mya knows this place so well, she knows just the spots to go to find its wildlife highlights.
That's a good spot, Mya, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Lovely view. So this is the place you say to look out for birds of prey?
Yeah, there should be merlins, hen harriers, things like that hanging around out here.
Looks like a good place for them, doesn't it? With loads of vegetation, probably lots of mites and voles and small birds. You see some starlings flying around. Oh, see over there you've got the church tower.
Yeah.
Just have a look, just underneath the church tower, heading left to right.
Oh, yeah.
Male hen harrier. Really, really nice birds. And that one's obviously hunting and using the wind to go back and forth. What a cracking bird that is. Oh, I go right a little bit, just right a little bit. There's a ringtail, male and a female.
Oh, that's such a really good view.
Do you know the Welsh name for them? Bodda Tynwyn, which means white-bummed buzzard. A cool
That's
name,
a good
isn't it?
name, yeah.
I love that. You can see what brings the birds of prey in, can't you? There's so many birds here. It goes to show as well, if you get the habitat right, and you get the wildlife in, you get the variety of birds in, you get the birds of prey in, you've got the perfect balance then.
And the landscape starts building itself back once you give it that helping hand, you know?
And when you get the right habitats, you can also get some incredibly rare visitors seeking them out. These reed beds offer a bounty of seeds at this time of year, and they've drawn 3 majestic penduline tits to Mya's local marshes.
Can't say anything yet. They can be incredibly elusive, of course, can they?
I really like it when it's a bit of a challenge to track them down. You really have to search.
It is true, isn't it? The more effort you put in, the better the bird.
I think I have them.
Where are you?
If you look at this patch of bulrushes over here, do you see them?
Oh, I've got you. Yeah, I can see them now.
Tucked away.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Oh, Mya, well done you. That is absolutely brilliant. That's my first ever penduline tit in the UK. Of course, you'd expect them in the bulrushes, wouldn't you? They'll be ripping those heads apart, looking for seeds, I would imagine, now.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sturt has massive beds full of these reeds, which is why I think the penduline tits might have ended up here. It's just fantastic habitat for them.
And I reckon what's happened is that we've had some southerly winds, and that's probably brought them across. And surely, and with numbers expanding on the continent now, it's only a matter of time before they nest here.
I'm really hoping that they're going to stick out the winter and set up some of their nests in this amazing reed bed that we've got, because I think having the first penduline tit nest in the UK right near where I live would be the most exciting thing that could happen to me. I'm so glad we've seen them. I was so worried we weren't going to see any today.
I had faith in you, Mya. They don't call you the Birdgirl for nothing.
The ethereal world of jellyfish. Beautiful, enchanting creatures that are typically found drifting through our oceans. Of the 200 known species of jellyfish, our UK waters are home to only 6 of them. Horsey Lake is one of very few places in the UK to have a breeding population of jellyfish all year round, allowing me the opportunity to get up close and personal to our most abundant jellyfish in winter, Aurelia urita, or moon jellyfish. I couldn't resist.
Now, I'm in a dry suit, not because I'm worried about being stung, but because I'm freediving in the middle of winter. So hopefully it's going to keep me nice and warm. Fingers crossed. You can really see why they're called moon jellyfish. It's because in their translucent bells, they've got these 4 white crescents, very distinctly and aptly named. I think they're absolutely beautiful.
But this species has one surprise. Humans can't feel their sting.
And I feel so confident in the water with these that I've actually taken my glove off. And I can scoop my hand around them. And I'm totally fine. I don't feel a single thing.
Now, there are jellyfish in our waters that do sting, from the impressive barrel jellyfish, whose sting is weak and harmless, to the rarer lion's mane jellyfish. With tentacles up to 30 metres in length, it is a colossus, and if you're unlucky enough to be stung by one, it can be very painful indeed. So perhaps it's easy to see why jellyfish have got a bad reputation, but can we ever learn to love them? To find out more about these seemingly extraterrestrial organisms, I've come to the University of Southampton's National Oceanic Centre to meet Alex Loveridge, a PhD student who's been studying these curious creatures and is keen to show that there's more to them than meets the eye.
Alex, jellyfish. I mean, I know they're not really fish. They don't have gills, they don't swim around like fish do. But what exactly are they?
Well, they're invertebrates, which means that they don't have a spine, no bones to speak of as such. They're about 95% water, so they really are jelly. They don't have a head or a brain or a heart, but they do have a nerve net, which helps them control where they're going, helps them find prey, and helps them to respond to stimuli. So if they bump into a rock, they know not to swim in that direction.
So they're not just floating around aimlessly then?
Nope, they have direction, they have sensory structures, and some jellyfish also have very simple eyes, so they can tell light from dark, and in some cases, for a few species, different colours.
They can differentiate colour? Can they? That's amazing, isn't it? And I love, this group of animals because they play such an important function within the oceanic ecosystem too.
Jellyfish play a number of important roles. So they provide nurseries to juvenile fish, so that might be hiding from bigger predators. Also, after these big aggregation events called jellyfish blooms, all of those jellyfish will die and sink to the bottom and will take carbon out from the upper layers of the ocean down into the deep ocean and provide food for those animals that are down there.
Not only do they provide food and sanctuary for many marine species, but their ability to trap carbon dioxide has kept harmful greenhouse gases from entering our atmosphere. And when you consider that jellyfish have been providing these vital roles for more than 500 million years, making them the earliest known swimming animals and 3 times older than the earliest dinosaurs, it's a testament to the part that they play in keeping our ecosystems thriving. So next time you come across one of these amazing animals, do be vigilant, but also take the time to appreciate their incredible anatomy, their importance to marine biodiversity, and of course, their serene beauty.